So, hi everyone. So guys, let's start our discussion from the topic which is what potential do you see in Web3 technologies for gaming and virtual world experiences? You can ask.
Okay, so maybe I'll just introduce myself first. So my name is CARNEY. I head the Fintech investment for family office. So we went in since 2018. It was a hard way to get my principal to buy into Web3, and the things flow. We invested in Animal Car, and the list goes on. And now we invested in more than 50 portfolio companies, and more importantly, we are very deeply grounded in the Web3 since very early stage. So thank you for this question. So what happens is that we think that Web3 is not just it's just not a product, it's a movement. It's about empowering the consumer, bridging the gap, minimizing margin so that revenue share can be split around all different trades, and it makes users more engaged and more digest. So this movement has created jobs. This movement has get a lot of people in the bandwagon. If you see the NFT, when we started crypto in 2016, I think we only had 2 or 3 coins. Then fast forward to 2020, what hype up the whole jump to the community space is definitely the NFT and gaming. So this is the space and the trend that you cannot miss. So that I felt that the Web3 space is important because it's a movement. It's not just a product by itself.
Thank you for that, CARNEY. Should I let on, Oli?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So hi, my name is Irene Umar. I'm the CEO and co-founder of WeGG. Previously, we were known as YGG Southeast Asia. So as the name previously suggested, we are a sub-DAO or guild partner of YGG, Guild Games for Southeast Asia. We just did a rebranding in 1st of June this year, so that, because I spent the last 1 year explaining to people what's the difference between YGG and YGG Southeast Asia, so it was about time for us. And we call it WeGG. The spelling is W3, it signifies Web3, which is, I think it leads on to these questions of like why Web3 technologies for gaming and for entertainment is important. We started off with gaming guilds because personally I feel that games itself, everybody loves games, right? I mean, I know that a lot of us are parents and we always stop our kids from playing games, but then whether we like it or not, we all started playing games and we all love it. So the game industry itself from the very beginning is all about, how do we infuse gaming into our life without feeling guilty, right? And then when blockchain comes into the space, and then when we started the gaming guild, it fits perfectly. Why? Because by playing games, people, whether they like it or not, they start to learn about how to create a wallet. They start to learn about how to exchange tokens into fiats and so on and so forth. And with that, it puts them miles ahead of everyone else. And that's through gaming guilds. But that was what we did last year. This year, a lot of things that's, I think the more and more people start to be aware of what GameFi is. GameFi is a term that's there, and a lot of entertainment industry also have started to look into it. Now, why blockchain is important? Because as a tech itself, we are very familiar with the term of decentralizations, right? And so think of it this way. I'll give specifics here when it comes to gaming. In the past, there's something called as a game developer and a game publisher. A game developer, think of it as an artist who create a product. In order to distribute the products to the hands of many people, they need to go through a distributor network, usually through a publishers. And and distributors will tend to take a big chunk of the profits and also the game developers. But what about the players who spend hours of time to play the games? If you think about it, without the players consuming the games, the game will not exist. If today every single one of us leave Mobile Legends or left Facebook, then Facebook will just be a company, right? And if no one uses it. But there was never a rewarding system that's given to the users that uses it, the owner of the data, the ones who play it. What blockchain technology does in the sense of decentralizations is to make sure that people who spend their time on it for the popularity of a product will be given a stake, will be given a reward system. That's essentially what blockchain is about. Now, applying the same concept to the entertainment industry, same thing. With YouTube, there was a disruption. We remember the phenomenon of Justin Bieber. When he went live in YouTube, everybody loved it, right? And the viewers are essentially the community members, the ones who supported Justin to where they are today. And if in the past an artist will have to go to the managers and say that, could you please listen to my music? I'm very good at it. They might not listen because there's so many in their pipelines. But when YouTube was there, the community speak. The public spoke, I want Justin Bieber, and hence we have Justin Bieber today. What blockchain tech does is take another steps. Communities who push for Justin Bieber because they like the music would be given a stake. So that's how I feel the blockchain technology is important to be positioned going forward, not only for the game industry, for entertainment industry, and I believe for many more industries that's to come. The reason why games and entertainment is at the forefront, because all of us here, as serious looking as we are, we all love games and entertainment and we consume that on a daily basis.
Yeah, I totally agree with your answers. I also would like to add that if to speak more about gaming side, such technologies as NFT can give to players the full control of their assets. So if we compare Web3 games with Web2 games, in most of Web2 games, players, for example, in case when they don't need the asset anymore, they don't have a lot of cases what they can do with these assets. So almost they can do anything. But when you use NFT technology, when you have full control on your gaming assets, you can do almost anything with it. You can sell it, you can modify it, and so on. Also, what can be interesting for players, for example, they can create a DAO inside the game and decide together by voting the future of the game. And it's very interesting. But also, I want to know that it's very important to make such Web3 technologies user-friendly and really easy to use for players without any IT knowledge, without any blockchain knowledge. So now I think we can move to the next topic. So what unique challenges and opportunities of building and investing in Web3 do you see?
So maybe I'll start it off first. I think investing in a game these days, or GameFi project these days, is totally different from investing a game previously. So when you want to invest in a game previously, it's like looking for the big publisher or developers like Sega, Nintendo. No, you just get vested into the game. But GameFi is a whole new level, made out of different people from different walks of the world. Okay, so this is a thing that we see that we needed to execute. And when we need things to execute, we see things from a different perspective, from an investment standpoint. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is regulatory means. I think that the whole world, whether we like it or not, Web3 is going to get regulated. And this starts with all your main core coins, Bitcoin, Ether. It will flow down to the DEX, the NFTs, and even GameFi projects requiring game license as well. In future, we might not know. So regardless of whether we like it or not, we have to embrace regulations, okay? And with that said, okay, it's a chicken and egg thing. So when we are regulated, this is where the people on the fence, on the sides, like the institutional, the FIs with fresh flows of money are keen on this sector, and initially they don't know how to because it's a non-regulated play field. Now that's regulated, I believe more and more capital will be injected in this industry. So that's for the regulatory purpose. Second, I think is to touch on yourself, the innovations of NFT. NFT has created a new, whole new opportunity out there in the market. Okay, a good example, I think, to quote both of them. First, Irene has spoken about Justin Bieber. So back then, Justin Bieber had to go on YouTube and sing, millions of followers, countless numbers of views, but he was just waiting for a management company to pick up. But with the new technology or NFTs, we reduce the barriers to entry that, how about Justin Bieber offering NFTs out there in the market? People acquiring him, he used this NFT for a record label album. So it lowers down the barriers to entry so much more. Likewise for movie plays, I don't know if you heard about this news. Spike Lee is launching NFT for his movies, and these NFTs can be used to select the genre of the movie, the artist in play, and how you want the scenario to end. So now we're passing out a lot of power or empowering the viewers or the audience, and more importantly, the consumers part of things. So this will open up the whole playing field of opportunities, whether we like it or not. Yeah. And to quote, I know NFT is in a little of a bear market, but let's not forget the real utility behind this. It brings that value. So put aside all the speculation, we will see real value in NFTs, in blockchain, up and rising after all this mess is cleared up.
Thank you, CARNEY. Those are really good points indeed. And we're at an interesting time right now, right, which is the bear market. And going back to the questions, what's the unique opportunity? I'll say the market itself is a very unique opportunity. Right now, we were just having that conversation just yesterday or 2 days ago, where we look around right now at the bull market. It's very noisy. Everybody is building, right? Everybody says they're building, right? But then right now at the bear market, you could see that who are the ones who still stay and continue to build. Those are maybe the people that you want to talk to, because they are real builders out there, and this brings to a very unique timing for investing into real products, right, and real founders. If we talk about products, when we talk about games, if it's a GameFi project, then we will have to make sure that the founders itself, they know what games is all about. Because I think the previous wave, there were a lot of DeFi backgrounds with zero knowledge of gaming in the space. Now imagine if you're trying to build a games and none of the founders know anything about games at all. This is not a game itself. It's a universe. We all play Pokemon, right? Everyone knows that for us to play Pokemon, we need to know the economy inside the game, because the games itself, it operates like a country. It has a currency inside. It has assets inside. And so right now we are seeing a lot of realizations around that, and a lot of real game Web2 game people in the space, and that's why it's very unique for Web3 gamings. Now, when we talk about virtual world projects, I know that there's a lot of skepticism around it because it's virtual. It's something that we can't see, especially if it's real estate. Now, I wanted to remind all of us to the time when we talk about having brick and mortar shop, and then we have online shop. What is online shop? At that time, we were not able to grasp it. But right now, everybody talks about O2O and even neglect the entire brick and mortar industry and brick and mortar shop and go online. So now if you miss out on that wave at that time, this is a second opportunity for us not to miss. Because is Web3 here to stay? I can say with absolute certainty it's here to stay. Just when I was walking into the hall, someone was asking me, hey, is blockchain still alive? I said, well, very much so, and it will be even more alive. So if you miss the previous waves, please make sure that you don't miss it, because Web3 is here to stay. And this is a very unique opportunity for you to look at. Yes, there are a lot of projects out there, and not everyone is going to survive. We knew Alta Vista back in internet days. They're one of the largest. Right now, they're nowhere to be found. We knew Nokia. We knew Fuji, right? We know all of these stories. We are living in a very phenomenal moment right now. And so if we miss all of those, and if you always think that I should have done this, or if I was an adult at that time, I would do ABC. Well, we're all sitting here as adults. The opportunities is in front of us. Do a bit of research, do a bit of due diligence. You will not win all the time, but through the losses, you learn something. And with that mindset, I'm sure that this is a very, very unique opportunity for every one of us here.
Yeah, really good news. I want to add something from builders and founders side. So if to speak about challenges for us, the biggest challenge was creating the project, creating the game that can really compete with the high quality AAA games such as Fortnite, Apex Legends and others. And for me and my team in our project Artyfact Gaming Networks, it was the biggest challenge. And the answer for this was creating something unique, and it's really hard. You need a lot of time, you need a lot of money, and you need a lot of creativity to create something unique and quality in gaming. And for example, in Artyfact, we created a unique gaming experience, unique gameplay features, and we created unique gaming modes. And our big community really likes what we did, and we think that Artyfact can really be one of the first projects that can attract the average gamers, because right now on the GameFi market there is no such game who can really compete with AAA projects and who can really attract the average gamers. And if to speak about opportunity, so big companies, big gaming studios, they usually move slow. And when some revolution are coming, because I think that GameFi and Web3 is a revolution, they usually wait until they will be 100% sure that they are ready, and only after that they go in this new market. And for small companies, for small studios, it's a great opportunity because when you develop in such a time window, you can really become really big company, really big studio, and to cut off a big market. So, and let's speak about next question. So, how you see the future outlook of Web3 gaming and virtual worlds?
Okay, so to start off with, I would to leverage on Irene's last point, which is this: there will be a lot of virtual world out there. There will be a lot of GameFi projects out there. Can they exist? You know, the fittest will exist, but can we contain 50 of them at a go? Yes, we can. Just look at the amount of apps we have on our phone. Average right now, we have around 40 to 50 apps downloaded on our phone. So why can't we coexist into 2 or 3 pockets of virtual world or metaverse or even GameFi projects? So I believe that, you know, the more the merrier, as long as they are good quality. So that's first. Second is that, you know, Irene mentioned the O2O part of things. It's crazy because we are living it already. In Facebook, in the sub-metaverse of Facebook, Instagram, Carousel, if you name it, then there's more out there in the market, Shoppees. So we are living in the nano metaverse right now, but this is the Web3 game, so things are changing. Okay, so back to the question about what I foresee about this industry is this: watch out, the Web2 peoples are coming. Okay, the Web2 game giants like Sega, Nintendo, like it or not, they are entering the field. How they are entering is a different concept, but with them, with one of the best executions, with legacy track records, they are coming in to innovate and change the whole Web3 industry. Sega came out and said that they want to do more NFT related, not too much of play to earn. You know, we have NetEase looking at different concepts of play to earn mechanism as well because of the licensing in China. And you know, we have GTA. Grand Theft Auto from the US side of things, looking at NFT interoperable from the previous game to the new games, and the list goes on. So I think they are here, they are coming. What I foresee is a whole enhanced ecosystem for the gaming industry. Not just talking about game developers or publishers, we're talking about app stores coming in, we're talking about communities coming in, you know, a gaming competition, streaming, everything all in one in a Web3 ecosystem whereby you can play to earn. You can download your apps on the App Store in just one, you know, touch and play, and you can just earn tokens easily whether you have a MetaMask or not. So this is what I see for the next 5 years. Your user experience will change, the quality of your games will be enhanced, and more importantly, right, that blend between the Web2 and the Web3 space in terms of the games and the virtual world coming into the scene.
Yes, yeah. For me, I think CARNEY touched on most of the points. What I'll just add on is that it's, I think 10, 15 years ago when we were kids, right? We look at internet and we always talk about, oh, the internet, oh, emails, right? But then nowadays, we just name it as names like Google. Like it becomes intertwined with our life. What's going to happen in the next few years, and it's going to be a lot faster than it was before, yeah? That a lot of us, if all of us here do not have a Web3 wallet, it's understandable because Web3 wallets might not be something that's very straightforward to do in the beginning, but once you have it, then you can't say bye to it. And so I foresee that going forward, Web3 is not just going to be called as Web3, it's going to be intertwined as part of our life also. There's so much exclusivity around it saying that, oh, are you in Web3? Are you in Web2? There's so much segregations, but this is very normal because this is how it is always the case when there's something new in the industry. In the gaming world, previously we talked about free-to-play, right? When free-to-play phenomenon come in, people are like, you're not going to survive. How do you survive with free-to-play? There's no way. But right now, all of us play Candy Crush for free, and we don't call them as free-to-play, we just call them as games. So in the same way, Web3 games, GameFis are not going to be called as Web3 games, or it's just going to be called as games. NFT is a new thing, but in the end of the day, I hope there's no regulators here, but it's just an assets, right? It's just digital assets. So it's just a different form and shape. Previously, in an equity, you need to hold on to something. In money, we need to hold on to fiat currencies. You go to China today, if I show my Chinese friends like a fiat currency of renminbi, they'll be like, oh my God, I haven't seen this for years. You don't touch it. In the same manner, blockchain is a digital asset that you don't touch, you don't feel on the real estates, on the assets, but it's a new class that you might want to be familiarized with it so that you don't miss the wave. So that's are all of them going to survive? Not really, but it's normal. Because in the past, every time there's revolutions, not everybody survive. But just look at the founders and the projects. The founders will be the most important thing, because no matter what the technology is, it's the human who runs it.
I totally agree. I also want to add that if to speak about the future of Web3 games, I see the huge shift from the current play-to-earn model, which right now most of Web3 games are using, to shift to some other economic models, such as play and earn. Because if to speak about play to earn, the main issue of this model is the big focus on earning. And such gaming model, such games, they usually don't pay due attention to important gaming aspects such as graphics quality, gameplay quality, playability, and some other things. And economic models such as play and earn or something like that, they will focus more on gaming and less on earning. And such models can be much more attractive for average gamers. So I think we can finish on that. It was a nice discussion. Thank you, everybody. If you have any questions, we will be happy to answer. Okay, I think everything was...
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Have a good day.